Hey everybody, we've made it to step 8 on the PASL Write It Up Fast series. Good news, we are now moving into task 2. In this part of the task, the very first step, 2.1.1, you're simply describing how you would start designing a professional development plan for a campus. You talk about how you formed a committee, how you organize the work, how you use data, and how you align the priorities of your plan with other plans that already exist. So let's take a look at my write-up. And the first one talks about, on 2.1.1, it talks about the who and the why. So since the problem that I selected in task 1 was about special ed on a campus and about mainstream instruction, tier 1 instruction, I chose a large committee. I wanted to make sure that I demonstrated that many people came together and decided that of all the things on our campus, this was one of the most pressing needs for professional learning. And also, I just want to tell you this. If you make task 1 and task 1 and task 2 align, which I did. I'm making task 1 go into what I'm doing in task 2. Don't worry if there's some small disagreements or misalignments between the two tasks because you have two separate graders. So you're talking about solving the problem in task 1, the professional learning plan in task 2, and if for some reason you write it up differently, that's fine. So this is fine. I'm going to show you, there's another example in the exemplars, which is really good. But you see, I have a large committee and I explained how I chose each person and why they were on there. I chose this one because they knew our campus history. I chose this one because they knew about novice teachers. I chose this one because they had good understanding of STAR data. And then you move into, once you've identified who's on the team, how do you divide the work up? So in ours, we had a kickoff meeting. We looked at some of our priorities. We decided we had a big group so we could break up into subcommittees and we could get the work done faster. Survey team, data team, goals team. And you'll see a different approach in the exemplar. And then this is about the only big data piece that you have in this, so don't miss your opportunity to use your numbers here. So I talked about how our needs, our professional development needs are aligned with our building, district, and state goals. So we have our data and our goals here. And we talked about that we have these priorities that we saw that some of our shortcomings at the state and the local level with state testing and with benchmarks, unit tests, that we had some concerns. We also had concerns in our survey. So pause mine. You can see what we did there. And then I came back again and analyzed why this was our priority. And then finally, how do you make your priorities in the committee match up with what you already have in your existing priority list, which comes from the state and from the district and from the campus? So let me show you. I use TEA's strategic plan. I'd like to show you that. Let me let you take a look. I love this. This is on TEA's strategic plan webpage on the TEA website. And it shows the 4 big strategic priorities. And do you see how the language mirrors what you're asked to do on PASL? Strategic priorities. And it also shows 5 key actions. So you may want to talk about key actions when you get ready to do step 2 on task 2. So this aligns nicely with what you've been asked to do. School districts also have something similar in many cases called balanced scorecards. They look very similar to this. So your district may have a district improvement plan or a balanced scorecard that you can draw from for this stage 2. So I just wrapped it up by talking about the TA plan, the district plan, the campus improvement plan, and then our professional development goals. We didn't really get into the plan yet. I also want you to take a look at this very excellent exemplar from the PASL Library of Examples. This committee that this person put together only had 4 committee members because their plan was very focused. I love that. You can have as few or as many as you want as long as you have multiple perspectives and they're aligned with the problem. And then this is the list they use to prioritize their goals. This is their data. I love their data, again, aligned with a very narrow focus, a very solvable problem. And these are the data sources. And this is these are the goals that they aligned with. I guess actually, there's actually data in B and C. And these are the goals, the other parties that might compete that they aligned with. They went with the state plan that has to do with special education. And then they used their district improvement plan and their campus improvement plan. And they talked about how all of this aligns with their special education focus. Well done. Very well done. So your next little step on 8.2 is to create what they called a representative page from the prioritized list. So here's how it looks on the task on PASL. There's your prioritized list, prompts, and then here's where you also have to link your representative page. So let me show you. I put one together for the plan I'm working on. And this is what mine looked like. Yours does not have to look like this. It could just be a numbered list. Likely you did a project in your principal preparation classes where you made a professional development plan. Use that one. But if not, then this is what I put together, and you'll see there's the data that I had. You remember seeing that? And then here's some of the priorities that are coming out. These align with the priorities that I had. And then over here, I just went ahead and put some suggestions for fitting into the workday. Sorry about that. And this will allow me to be able to throw these into the plan that's coming up. So you can just see some samples there. I think they just want to, I know for sure, not think. They just want one page. So if yours is longer than a page, just pick the one that you like best. So I want to leave you with some parting words with the analogy of a pancake griddle or a skillet. If you've ever cooked pancakes, you know that once the griddle gets hot, the pancakes cook really fast. It doesn't take long to go big stack of pancakes when you get the griddle hot. So your griddle's hot now. You've done task 1. You've started on task 2. You're going to get this done. So keep flipping those pancakes while the griddle's hot. I'll see you back soon with video 9.